I have to say, I truly, truly love the Dominican Republic culture. It's one of the things that kept us here after we came for what was supposed to be just a year, and we've stuck around ever since. Today, I'm going to share a story giving you just one example of how incredible the culture is here. And then I'm going to introduce you to a place making a major difference in this area. We're going to go around, see it. I think you're really going to enjoy it. This past weekend in our DR Inner Circle community, one of the members, Angel or Angel, dropped this message in there about a young boy, 12 years old. He's Haitian, he lives on the streets, he's here all alone, no parents, no family, and Angel ended up buying him breakfast. In fact, I'll let him tell the story.
So, earlier today, when I was having breakfast, I met this little kid. He's like, hey man, can you buy candy for me? And I didn't have any cash. So I'm like, hey man, like I don't have cash, but I could get you breakfast. And he's like, yeah, that'd be cool. So I got him a bottle of water, got him some empanadas, which is what he wanted. Then I started talking to the kid. The kid is 12 years old. He came from Haiti 2 years ago, meaning at 10. And he's in Punta Cana, which is like on the other side of the island. Like, that's a trip. And he was telling me that, you know, at 12, dude, the kid buys candy for 15 pesos and sells them for 25. You know, meaning he at 12 already knows about buying, you know, cheaper, selling at a profit, knows how to budget, and so on and so forth. And he tells me that, you know, what he's doing right now, he would want to go to school, but what he's doing is he's making money out here, and once he saves $5,000, which is like about $100 or so, he goes to Haiti on a bus. Check this out, part 2. So, you know, naturally I'm inclined to like really want to help this kid and figure out, you know, what his life story is to some degree. And so we chat, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep now because last night I couldn't really sleep. It's been raining a lot in Punta Cana. And I'm like, damn, okay. So then I joined Jamie's community. I'll put his IG here. It has a community for expats living in Punta Cana and whatnot. And I just posted about the story there. And in a matter of maybe 30 minutes, we had already lined up a charity that would want to put him through school, get him housing, clothes and everything. And the entire group there wants to basically see this kid through and help him out. And so I'm about to go over there, see if I can find the kid, tell him the news. You know, he might be scared, he might not want it right now. And so the goal is just to start some sort of relationship with him and see if we could help him out. So stay tuned here if you care about this kid's life. If you don't, that's fine. I'll keep you updated anyways.
Angel found him, but actually found him and a friend, both of whom had a similar story. Here alone, young, living in the streets, just babies, children, sad. But Angel's next few moves were absolutely insane. He's Dominican American. He moved back here a few months ago, and I truly believe God placed him here in part to do what he did next. First, the DR Inner Circle came together. A member named Brian, who was staying in the Cortecito area where these two boys were, found them and let us know in the chat, let Angel know where they are so he could come get them. Angel met them, had a great conversation with them, ended up picking them up and bringing them to a place where they can get some shelter for a few nights. A small hotel right in the area. He got them food, they were able to take showers before he left to go to La Romana for a previous commitment. The lady at the front desk, a native Dominican woman, knew what was going on and kept an eye on the boys for Angel, sending him a few updates here and there. The next day, Angel went back, brought them food, and even got them haircuts. But tracking back a little bit, even before that, on Saturday, when we got all these messages, I was able to reach out to a connection of mine locally who helps kids, Dominican, Haitian, doesn't matter what they are, that are struggling, get into school, find shelter, all of that stuff. Within 30 minutes of Angel posting about these two young boys, we had it set up for him to have a counselor visit these boys on Monday, find out exactly what they've been through and what the next best step is for them. And we're trying to figure out if we can get them into school for the rest of this year. The next couple of things I'll show you on screen here are the DR Inner Circle members responding, most of whom are Dominican, either living here or in the United States. And you can see the outpouring of support for this baby, this child, and his friend. Folks, this is community. This is what's real about the Dominican Republic. I could show you all the bad stuff. In fact, we're gonna go through an area right now, which is called Friusa, which has some really bad parts. I see the noise. I hear the bitching and moaning. Those that see life here from me in 20-minute snippets and assume the blanks in the middle are filled in exactly the same as what you see on screen. But what you don't see is what I just showed you. How the Dominican culture has not forgotten what it is to connect person to person. In my little luxury bubble in Punta Cana, that looks like my kids knocking on neighbors' doors to play with the other kids. Something I grew up with and that I just don't see much in the United States anymore. But on the other end, it's a community of people coming together and saying, hey, there are children on the streets that we just met. Is there a way that we could feed, clothe, and shelter them? And then not only the person that found them, but somebody else making sure to keep an eye on them. Whether it's Brian, the member of the Inner Circle, the front desk lady at the hotel, or the people I just showed you inside of the Inner Circle that are absolutely putting themselves out there financially, with donations, with love and support and prayer. prayers, because in the end, we're all here physically, and this is a community. Whether you look like me, like Angel, or like these boys. And I freaking love that about the Dominican Republic. Warts and all, it's beautiful. So now I'm on my way to Second Mile Missions, which is a charity locally that my friend runs, the one who was able to get these kids counseling, and hopefully get them into school. I'm going there because Angel, a true angel, decided today that he would pick up these two boys and bring them over to meet the counselor at Second Mile Missions at 10 a.m. It's 10:05 right now and I'm not there yet, so that's my adaptation to culture. It's a little late. Just a little late. Now, I won't show these boys on camera. That's not fair to them, to their families. That's just not gonna happen. But I am gonna give you a sense of what Second Mile Missions is. I'm gonna let you meet Caleb, who leads that organization. Just show you the other side of what's here. Not in an expose way, like, oh my God, that's so terrible. Quite the opposite. To show you how community comes together. How a white guy, some Dominican folks, and Haitian boys, all being children of God, ensure that everyone's taken care of. Let's go take a look. We're gonna go inside Second Mile Mission. They have New Hope Academy, the school attached to the building, which is where a lot of these kids that we're helping out today get their schooling for very little or nothing if they're on scholarship. We're gonna go inside and meet my friend Caleb and we'll go from there. Second Mile Missions is near and dear to my heart. I've been able to tour this facility many times and have been able to direct a ton of donations here. If it comes to helping kids, I am in. So while we're here to explore how we can help these two young boys that Angel had found over in the Corrales area, I wanted to get a little more perspective from my friend Caleb, starting with what Second Mile Missions is all about.
Yeah, so Second Mile's been here in the Dominican Republic over 15 years. Started with a family that went on vacation here with about 20 people in their family group, and asked the taxi driver to take them to a low-income neighborhood and see who they could help out. And they got to that neighborhood, there were kids running everywhere, no one was in school, and they just saw that need to build the first school. So they built the first school, and then they built the second, the third, the fourth, and now we're building our fifth school on 3 different campuses. Over 1,500 children in the community now, within walking distance to where we're sitting, primarily low income, are able to get an education at one of our schools. Is about a 50-50 split between Dominican and Haitian kids, but we don't really discriminate from any country, right? We've got kids from Venezuela, Cuba, Nicaragua, Guatemala, United States, all within the schools. And so it's really cool to see the diversity in these neighborhoods, even in low-income areas, of just all kinds of different kids from all over the world.
At one point, Caleb took me out to the backside of the school where they're going to be building apparently a high school in the very near future.
So this is going to be the new high school lot here. So we're going to build it kind of like here, and then we'll tear this wall down and connect these two campuses together.
What's this right now? Just elementary school?
This is pre-K through 6th. Yes, this will be 7 through 12, kind of like in this lot.
What's the timeline for that?
We officially like kind of broke ground last week, and we hope to have it open by next school year.
Oh, nice.
So fast.
Amazing. Super cool to see this happening right here at this campus. But I also wanted to know, what is Second Mile Missions looking to accomplish in the future?
You know, we anticipate the need here, again, where we're sitting within walking distance to these campuses, about 10,000 students that were turned away from public school in our local community, right? So the local schools are full, public schools are full. Kids actually go to school and want to learn, and they're said, hey, we can't handle it. It's too many kids here. And so our hope is to continue to build schools here in Bavaro, more specifically Friusa, and get these kids that really want an education to come and learn, and then kind of work our way across the Dominican Republic and different communities, and provide a private schooling option in these cities and towns across the DR.
This facility is more than just a charity that's helping provide kids education. There's also an entire business called Mud Love that operates out of this building, where many of the workers are coming out of situations of poverty, human trafficking, and all they want is a better future for their kids. In fact, in this room, it was specifically designed so mothers can watch their kids while they work.
We kind of made this room in a way that they can look out, send their kids to school, and then make sure they're okay when they look out. So it's pretty cool.
Down the hall, we went into another room where they're building these fobs that you can wear on your wrist, and I got to get a sense of the entire process for building these things. The school runs in 2 shifts, so while this is the afternoon, the second shift of students is coming in right now, and I got to watch all of the parents dropping off their kids so they can get educated for a better future.
You know, for us, student sponsorships are huge, right? We're here to educate kids. And so when you go online and donate to a student sponsor, that sponsorship, 100% of that sponsorship goes to the kid. There's no operational overhead. There's nothing we take off it. It's just 100% towards that education. And so that's primarily the best thing people can do is help donate. But I think too, what's neat, especially for people locally, is we want you to come and see. Even if you don't donate, come and check out what we're doing. Like, look at the school. Like, we want to be ultra transparent on what we're doing here in the country, where those dollars are going, how they can be put to use. And we've had some really awesome conversations come from that, people that can help in other ways besides just donating. But scholarships are our main thing that really help us educate. And then if you're local, come and check us out, and I'll give you a tour and hang out.
All right, so it looks like the boys are all set and taken care of. I'm gonna head out, but let me tell you the last few pieces of information here before I get going. I got to hang out with Angel, Caleb, one of the counselors, and the two boys for a little bit. And I learned a ton about the considerations for how to take care of both of them. For the little one, it's a little easier. He's small, he's young, he's been homeless for about 2 years, so he hasn't been able to be jaded as much just yet or become overly street savvy. But it was clear watching him and watching him talk about his family and saying he didn't even know if his parents were still alive, that there's some trauma there, which you completely can understand. But then the discussion turned to the older boy who's 14. He's much physically larger. He's been homeless for 7 years, living on his own. He says he has a sister who's a drug addict and he doesn't have any association with her. And all he wants is a place to sleep and a place to go to school. The challenge is asking someone to take a boy that size into their home, not knowing if he could be violent or rob them, or if he's unfortunately gotten tied up in drugs himself, is a little harder. 2 years difference in age, but a complete world of difference in the ability to help them. How we can help, though, is to get the bigger boy an apartment or at least some shelter through donations to Second Mile Missions, get him food, and at his age, he can't read or write. It might be better to get him into trade school so he can learn how to work and earn money as he gets older. But standing in that room just now, figuring out how to help these two human boys, these beautiful young men, were a combination of Americans, Dominicans, Haitians, and if you could just see the spirit of that room, it was all about what this culture, what this environment of the Dominican Republic is about. How do we help one another? Look, I'll drop down below a link for Second Mile Missions where you can donate whatever you're able to help out these kids or any others get an education and hopefully get their life on the right track. But if not able or willing to do that, that's fine. Share this video with somebody that can. Get the message out of the work that Second Mile Missions is doing, and I'll see you on the next video.